study with Coach Goodwin after the Furman game?
We ain't watched film yet, so
Okay.
we gonna do it today. We got a lot of stuff to work on, so gonna get that squared away.
He said after the game that maybe he doesn't even need to watch a whole lot of film. He said, "You guys know what went wrong."
Yeah,
do you?
Yeah, we knew exactly what it was at the moment, and it was just like one of those snap plays, and so we know everything. I already knew what plays I messed up on, and so we can fix it already. So I already watched the tape and evaluated myself, and got a lot to work on.
Ruke, why do you think there were so many? Well, there were a bunch of errors in that game, especially coming off the game you guys had against Georgia Tech.
Just little mental mistakes. Just stuff. It's just a lot of fixable stuff. Stuff we can, sometimes you need stuff like that to happen, so you know your strong areas and your weak areas, and so, just little mental stuff that we can fix as a whole and get better on and build on to the next game.
You think it's just one of those early season things before you guys really get going into the season? We'll be able to fix it in a hurry.
Yeah, we'll be able to fix it. It's just little stuff that will actually help us improve our game as a defense, and just knowing what we need to focus on this week going into the next game.
How much do you feel like over pursued? I mean, obviously those screen passes hurt you guys. I mean, do you feel like you were just a little too aggressive?
Yeah, as a D line, we got to do a lot better on recognizing the screens quicker, and I put that on myself as well. I got to do a better job on that, and take some pressure off the linebackers in the secondary.
When you say some of the mental mistakes, what are some of the specific examples?
Just recognizing screens. You guys saw that, so we just got to tighten up and just recognize it quicker, and so we can help our back seven out. As a D line, we got to do better as a whole.
How do you recognize a screen? Obviously, if you're just running free, you've got to think screen first. But there are other times that somebody forgets to block you. So, in your mind, what's the best way to say, "Oh no, this is a screen. I got to get back"?
Sometimes when you come free, it happens like that. But when you come too free, you just need to be like, all right, something's wrong. And the quarterback's retreating, and I came too free, and I got to put my foot in the ground and turn around and try to find a running back and get the ball.
Do you think any of that had to do with the fact that you played Monday night and then you played again Saturday?
Not really. I mean, we're the strength and conditioning staff do a good job of getting our bodies ready, so we weren't as dinged up, and so it was a quick turnaround, something that we're not used to, but I think it just has to do with just us being a little more prepared and just getting more focused.
What do you think you guys did well against Furman?
I think we played the run pretty well, and tried to do that. And I think the pursuit to the ball was good. Every time you see the tape, it's at least 7 to 8 guys at the ball, and so I think we pursued the ball really well.
Do you know much about Louisiana Tech yet?
Yeah, I watched them. I know they're a good opponent. I treat every opponent the same, whether we're playing. It don't matter who we're playing. We're playing in the Natty or Week 3. I try to prepare the same, so try to watch as much film as I can and rest and recover my body as much as I can.
If you don't mind, get a little personal now. Have you been back to Nigeria since you came here?
Yeah, I went back when I was like 10. I'm going to go back probably. I want to go after this season, but it depends on my dad. You got to ask my dad. Whenever he wants to go, I'll go with him.
So you played a lot of basketball growing up. Do you still play?
Yeah, I play a lot in the summer. I mean, not to toot my own horn, but I'm the best basketball player on the team. And, so like I said, just put me at the three-point line. I'll make 100 out of 101 shots.
So go back to the end of your sophomore basketball season. Did the high school coaches, did they come to you? Did you go to them? How did it, hey, let's get Ruke suited up as a football player as a junior? How'd that happen?
I always wanted to play football my whole life, but it was just something about basketball. I was just really good at it. And, we went to the state championship, like, pretty much the whole time I was at River Rouge. And so just after that, I hated sitting down for so long after basketball season. So I just wanted to find something else to do, keep me occupied. And so Corey Parker, my football coach, came up to me like, hey, you want to try out football? We need you to get out there. And it took me like 4 positions to get the defensive line, and so I'm just glad it worked out the way it worked out.
What 4 positions did you try?
I started off at receiver, but I didn't want to block. And then I went to tight end, and I realized you have to do more blocking. I didn't want to block. And then I tried linebacker, but it was too much covering for me. And so he just said, go ahead, put your hand in the dirt, and I've loved it ever since then.
You know, you came to America when you were 9. How much do you remember from your time while you were in Nigeria?
I remember a lot. Actually, I left Nigeria when I was like 2, moved to England. I was in England with my parents, and then I left England when I was 9. And so I remember a good amount, and just stuff like that. I just cherish life along the way because it gives me a better outlook on life, and it's so much world to see out there. And I make it one of my goals when I'm done playing football to travel a lot. So
I was wondering how much traveling so much, and seeing so many different places, how much does that change your perspective?
it changes a lot, just different cultures and the different way of life, and you're grateful for what you have because, being in a place like Nigeria, it's a good place, but it's tough. And just cherishing little things, like, it just gives me a bigger perspective.
What exactly led to your family moving so much?
Huh?
What exactly led to your family moving so much?
My mom wanted to move to England. I don't know why. I was one. I couldn't even speak, so I didn't ask questions. So wherever they went, that's where I went. And so, and then when my mom passed when I was 6, my dad came and got us, and we moved over here to America.
And I've got Nigerian friends, and they are all about family. It is all about the family unit. Is that one of the things that maybe led you to Clemson, is the fact that this is also all about family?
Yeah, it like being so far from Michigan, it doesn't even feel like it because I have guys on my team that I feel like I've known them my whole life. And, that's what makes it so much easier playing because I'll give them my all for the guy next to me, and I know 100% they'll give me their all too. And so it's just such a tight-knit family, and that's what made me come here.
Coach Manny was talking about he didn't even know how to get into a stance when he first got here. What did your stance look like?
I played defensive end, so I just stood up. I was in a 2-point stance. I didn't know nothing. Just knew how to get to the quarterback. And then when I got here, Jordan and Niles were hurt, so it was me and TD first day, and they moved my position. And that's when I was like, all right, I'm really playing football now. And going against guys like John Simpson and Jackson Carman, it just took my game to a whole nother level. And that's when I started taking my body serious and what I put in my body and what I ate and how I slept and, stuff like that. So, yeah, they taught me a lot. Shout out to them.
I guess how much did you get beat up by those guys?
It was tough, man. I was 17 when I came to college, and I don't know if you've seen just John Simpson and Jackson Carman on one side is humongous, and so I don't even want to talk about it, but yeah, I got taught a couple lessons, and that just made me a better player. I wouldn't take it back for nothing.
Can you describe the mindset difference you have between playing basketball and playing football?
Yeah, basketball, I could run for days. That's why I love that I played basketball. Like, when I did football conditioning, it was so easy because that's all I did was run. But just the physicality, man, it's so much different. You're getting hit every play. And, Coach Sweeney likes to say the closer you are to the ball, the more important you are. So, I feel important. And so that's why I didn't mind them moving me from defensive end to defensive tackle because I guess I'm more important.
Did it take you a while to adapt to that, jump in physicality with football?
Yeah, it took me a little. Mentally, I was there. It took me. It wasn't long to learn the plays, but it's just that physicality. Just you would think it's no different, but when your hand is really in the dirt constantly, it's just constant physicality and shocking and shedding, and just having guys like Tyler Davis next to me. He's a football genius, and he taught me everything he knew, and so we push each other, and we just try to keep learning and learning.
And over the years, can you describe just how much has your love for football changed and grown?
It's grown so much. I always would watch it, even in England. I didn't understand it, but I just liked it. And my mom was always scared that I was going to get hurt playing it, but I just told her, I'm good. And so it's grown so much, and especially being in an environment like this, I'm just so passionate about everything that I do.
Did you have any basketball offers?
Yeah, I had Midmajor, little interest and offers.
What position?
Point guard.
Really?
Yeah.
guys last year were talking about you just as a guy who was starting to emerge. This year, Coach Smith was talking about you as a guy who could potentially be a fourth round or first round type of NFL prospect. I mean, what do you think has changed between the last year and this year?
I started to take what I put in my body more serious, and sleep. Sleep is like such a key factor in recovery, and so I just tried to take that next step. Just whatever it was that I did last year, I tried to do triple that this year, and whether it be eating, sleeping, watching film, whatever I did last year, I just want to double and triple that and just keep building on that.
Was it the progress that you made last year? Is that the impetus that shows you like I'm close to being able to be at that next level? Is that what you
Yeah, I mean it has a part in it, but I always knew since I got here that I had the potential to play at the next level. But I tried not to focus on that. I just tried to be where my feet are and just focus on the now. And when I get there, I get there.
So how did you figure out sleep was so important?
Because when I was younger, I never slept. I just used to be. I was so antsy. Like before the games, my basketball games. I was always so antsy, so I'd be up till like 3 a.m. just watching basketball, and I realized that wasn't good. Even though I had the energy, then maybe if I slept more, I would have 10 times more energy. And so I started sleeping more, and I started seeing the change in my body. And that's why became a little sleeper. So anytime I get a chance to sleep, I just try to take a nap.
So how many hours a night do you get?
I try to get like 8 to 9. Yeah.
what was the norm before that?
5. I was happy with 5.
Are there any secrets to how to go to sleep best?
Yeah, I try to put my phone down. That phone, just once I put my phone down and turn it off, and when I feel tired, I turn it back on so my alarm rings. And so when I just put my phone down and just stare at the ceiling, I fall asleep.
Ruke, a couple of quick ones. Because of your time in England, did the death of Queen Elizabeth resonate with you and your family a little bit more than maybe some other guys around here?
I don't know much about that stuff. I mean, maybe my dad does, but
Yeah.
I was there for such a short time, and I was so young, so I was just playing soccer and just living life.
And as far as basketball, how many guys here who can't believe that, you're the best basketball player on the team have called you out and then you've had to shut them down?
Yeah, I mean, everybody always wants a shot at the best, and so everybody calls me out, and we just recently built a basketball court in there, and so if we have time, we can go in there. But yeah, they called me out a lot in the summer, and I just had to show them that I'm the best basketball player on the team still, and will always be.
Is there anybody that's close number 2? Or?
Nah, nobody's close to me.
Maybe you want to talk to Coach Brown now?
Yeah, I mean, they just put me on that court. I mean, some people compare me to LeBron James, but I don't want to.
All right, thanks, LeBron. Got Jordan back.
Appreciate y'all.